drops off into no man's land again there.
It gets tight here, dude. Oh man. This is where the overbuilt thing comes into play, right here. Holy switchback. God. I should be okay. I'll scream if I need it. Welcome to another episode of On the Trail. Today, we're gonna hit Black Bear Pass just outside of Ouray, Colorado. I'm your host, Colin Coates of Built to Wander, and I've got Mel Wade of Evo Manufacturing and Matt Thompson of 3D Off-Road with us today. We started off this morning in the beautiful mountain town of Ouray, Colorado. We headed south on the gorgeous $1 Million Highway, and we're getting ready to connect with the Black Bear Pass. Black Bear Pass is not only famous, it's infamous. It's one of the most well-known trails in the American West. Mel, you've run this trail before. Tell us why it's so well known.
Yeah, Black Bear is pretty sketchy, man. So it's one of those things, if you haven't done it, you want to check it off your bucket list and do it, get your little badge on the side of the car. But with that said, it's life or death situation. It can be pretty sketchy. So you're gonna be going down switchbacks where you want to really make sure all your vehicle is good, your brake lines are tight, all that kind of stuff, because any little minor thing happens, it could be very, very serious problems.
Now, Matt, you've run a lot of trails in this area, but you've never been on Black Bear Pass. What are you thinking about? How are you feeling? Are you excited? Are you nervous?
I'm super excited about this. I mean, I hear the views are epic. I'm excited to see Telluride from super high up. I'm nervous about the switchbacks. I've got a long wheelbase, so it'll be interesting to see how this thing does.
Today, we brought out 3 really well-built Jeeps with us. They might actually be a little bit overbuilt for the Black Bear Pass. We're gonna touch on that later, but I brought the Triton JL with me. It's my 4-door Wrangler. It's on coilover suspension system, 1-ton Dana 60 axles, and 40-inch Nitto Trail Grapplers. Mel, I was told you brought your daughter's JL out with you. Tell us about it.
We want to bring the proper vehicle for the job. So we got a low LCG travel, our Evo coilover kit, long arm kit on 37-inch Nittos. So you want to keep the gravity, you want to stay as low as possible. On these trails out here, stock vehicles actually work better. So you want to be able to make those sharp corners and not have a whole bunch of body roll.
Matt, you brought out your Gladiator with you. Tell us a little bit about the build.
Yeah, we brought out a Gladiator Sport on Nitto Trail Grapplers, 40-inch tires with a 3-inch lift, pretty low center of gravity, and be excited to see how this thing does out here today.
And did you do any drivetrain modifications, or is it stock axles?
No, it's all stock axles. We changed the drive shafts out. Yeah, you're gonna see what they hold up to.
Look, guys, there's always an essential list of items that you should bring with you whenever you hit the trail. We're up at high elevation and hitting Black Bear Pass. We're gonna be up near 13,000 feet. So I definitely suggest an ample amount of food and water and sunscreen. It's a bluebird day. There's not a cloud in sight. The sun will beat down on you, so it's crucial to have that with you. Mel, do you have any suggestions for any vehicle related items?
Yeah, up here, especially on Black Bear Pass, we want to have some straps available and a winch hook or shackles. So what happens is we're gonna be doing these switchbacks, so the person behind you actually can help you get to safety if you lose brakes or something. So you want to be able to pull a strap out and grab that guy in case he's in danger.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion. Matt, do you have any suggestions?
Yeah, you know, when you're up at these high elevations, you want to make sure you're prepared for all situations. Have some, cold weather gear, blankets, things like that.
We're already aired down in all 3 Jeeps to about 10 PSI. We don't really need it for traction purposes up on Black Bear Pass, but it's gonna make for a more comfy ride. It'll be easier on us, easier on the Jeeps. With that said, I think we're ready to rock. You guys ready to go?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Just got on Black Bear Pass, and let me just say, the views out here are already epic. I mean, this is insane. There's waterfalls ahead of us. We're already hitting some switchbacks. It's like, you just immediately gain elevation. I think it takes us up to about 12,800 feet. So I can't wait to get up there. I mean, the trail so far has been pretty incredible. definitely a bucket list item for me to be out here in the Jeep with this crew. It just doesn't get any better than this. We left that meadow section with the high alpine lakes and made it to the summit of Black Bear Pass. We're at 12,840 feet and these views are epic. You walk just behind the Jeeps and you'll just see sprawling views. It just does not get any better than that. Mel, what do you think so far of the drive up and in this summit here?
Really neat. Not much hard four-wheeling. It's more about the scenic. So you're able to see some 14,000 peaks out here. You know, I'm not a mountain climber. You get to go see all this stuff. It's pretty cool to be able to see it from your heated and AC'd vehicle.
Absolutely. Matt, what are you thinking so far, man?
Man, it was crazy how much the terrain changed. I mean, just holy cow, you go from grass meadows to the shelf roads a little bit, and then the roads open back up the closer you get to the top. And now we're up here, and holy cow, the views are amazing.
So as we mentioned earlier, we've got some pretty well-built Jeeps behind us, but they're pretty wide, which might make things a little sketchy going down the backside. Mel, can you elaborate on how you might be overbuilt for a trail like this?
Yeah, some of these trails out here, especially Colorado, you can take relatively stock vehicles through and they really excel. So you want a low LCG vehicle. You don't want to have a super wide vehicle. You want to be able to have all your steering. Sometimes you limit steerings with the big axles.
Absolutely.
And the 40s just because you can't turn so much. So sometimes a very stockish or like a mile built in 37 or something like that up here. So it works really well.
Right. And Matt, do you have any reservations or does it make you nervous having that longer wheelbase Gladiator versus the four-door?
Yeah, it is a little bit nerve-wracking to know, you can get off camber pretty easy, and holy cow, it's gonna be an adventure for sure.
What better place to have lunch than right here at the summit of Black Bear Pass? Let's get some food in our stomachs and then head down and hit it. You guys ready to do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. We're driving down the backside of Black Bear Pass, and you can see off to the left there's what probably was an alpine lake. It's a little dried up. It's a good 100 yards off the trail, and you can actually see tracks from someone going down there and doing donuts. And that's the kind of activity that ultimately gets trails like this shut down. So it's definitely one of those things. Anytime you come out on the trail, no matter what trail you're on, respect the trail, stay the trail. You got to respect the land, and the fragile ecosystems that surround it, so that we can do this and pass it off to the next generation of four-wheelers to get out here and enjoy this. I mean, it would be a shame if others can't come out and experience this in the same way that we are, because, I mean, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It's unreal.
Single tracks, when you start coming on these shelf roads, it's no joke. So it's just pay attention. Right here looks super sketchy. You're on a single shelf road, but we're gonna start going down to switchbacks where you could pick the wrong line and get tipsy. So there's all kinds of stuff that can go wrong. Everything usually goes great, but if you're the guy, the glass is half full or glass half empty. Yeah. Passenger drive. Good, frame out, back passenger.
All right, good.
We're gonna This is the part of Black Bear Pass that is treacherous. Yeah, looking good back there, Matt.
You solid? You solid? I'm solid.
Kind of drops off into no man's land again there.
We just came down a hairy section of ledges and steps. It's crazy. It throws the Jeep off camber and all you see is the edge of the cliff and it freaks you out. As soon as you get through it, you wait for the guy behind you. If you step out of your Jeep, you're stepping off the cliff edge, which is not a cool feeling. Fortunately, Mel helped walk me through some of those sections. Matt was able to follow my lines, but Matt, I mean, being in a longer wheelbase Gladiator, what were your thoughts of that?
It's sketchy. I mean, it gets tight, you know, and it's like, holy cow, I can't even imagine if it gets worse.
And Mel, I mean, obviously you've been out here before. What do we have ahead of us?
Yeah, so we're just starting to get into switchbacks. So we're gonna have 8 more switchbacks going down. You're gonna be able to see the old water power plant up above Telluride right here, pretty cool. But really tight switchbacks. So we just got a taste of it right now.
So the worst is yet to come?
Yeah, the long wheelbase, we'll have to make a couple more turns. Just that you need a really tight wheelbase. Like I said, a stock 2-door just excels out here.
And then from what I've been told, as soon as we start those switchbacks, we'll see Bridalveil Falls, which is the highest waterfall in Colorado. I can't wait to see it, but I'm a little bit nervous for the switchbacks. But
lot to do still.
Well, I'm ready to rock. You guys ready to hit it?
Let's do it.
All right. It's tight here, dude. Oh, man. It gets tight here, dude. Oh. This is where the overbuilt thing comes into play, right here. It doesn't help to be this wide out here doing it. That. Oh. Oh my goodness. This is intense, dude. This takes like every ounce of concentration, you know, with all this loose rock, and you know, it happens every year. You get too close to the edge and it gives way. And I'm just hugging the wall as best I can, knowing how wide I am in this Jeep. Trying my best to stay as far away from the edge as possible, which means, you know, at times 6 inches. Holy switchback.
Feel comfortable?
God. I should be okay. I'll scream if I need it.
You got like 60 in front of you.
Oh.
That's one way to do it, Colin.
Holy we have 7 more of these. Did you see that from back there?
Yeah, that was wrong. It was you held it stable, but it was wrong. Yeah.
I mean, like I felt it get tippy, and I was very slow through it.
What happens is you cut it
Too tight.
Well, it's just that's what happens, and your ass end hangs up 5 feet, so your body will roll all the way over.
Right.
So you were hanging the tire all the way. You were skidding with the other tire. Like I said, it's just not worth it. So
No, absolutely
take
not.
the 2 or 3 point turns so you can wheel another day.
Yeah.
We learned from it. We got 7 more of these bad boys ahead of us. Each one's gonna scare the absolute out of me. But we're gonna get down, we're gonna do it safely, we're gonna take our time, and when we get down, we're gonna celebrate. And that's all I have to say about that. Oh, here we are, bottom of Black Bear Pass. We've got the valley behind us with Telluride there. But man, that section from the waterfall down, including all of those switchbacks, was ridiculous. As soon as we left the waterfall, it became pretty clear that Mel was right. The worst was ahead of us. I got a little off camber, and Matt, I mean, you were right behind me. What was going through your mind, like looking at that?
You know, I saw 2 tires come off the ground and I thought, wow, that is sketchy.
That being said, it was a great learning experience. I mean, the rest of the switchbacks, I took them wide, did a few points, 3, 4 point turns, and I am just so happy to be down here. You know, the anxiety's dropped and we're here and we're
So you get to
good.
check Black Bear off the list.
I get to check Black Bear off the list. It's a bucket list trail for me. I know you've run it, Matt, you haven't. I mean,
Yeah, this has been a bucket list for me too.
This is
It's
what
just
you
been
wanna do.
amazing.
yeah. Speaking of, I mean, Mel, tell me your favorite part of Black Bear Pass this time around.
It's always when we drop off over that ledge, because people spend the whole day building up to that, and then they think they have it, and then when you see everybody's faces at that point, that's always fun for me.
Yeah, and Matt, what about you, man?
Oh, it's, you know, the view up there when you start to come around them corners is amazing. The cliff walls, the waterfalls you see is just absolutely epic. And,
it is stunning.
you know, coming around them corners in a long wheelbase Gladiator, yeah, it's long.
In closing, now that we've run the trail, you know, we had a few rigs with us. That helps, but Mel, tell us a little bit about safety and why it's so important to be cognizant of that on this trail.
Yeah, just Black Bear and the passes over here. Bring a buddy, make sure you have recovery gear and prepare for the worst. Have a great time and just be careful.
I want to thank these guys for joining us. Mel with Evo Manufacturing, dude, thank you so much for being out here with us.
problem.
And Matt, 3D Off-Road, can't thank you guys enough. And I also want to thank Driving Line and Nitto Tire for having us out here on the trail. Guys, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know where we should go next. You guys are always hitting some epic trails. Tell us where we need to be, and we'll see you on the trail.